helping her bounce back from a brutal attack. In 2011, Romana Monzur was a master's university student at the University of British Columbia. But that year, her life changed. Her husband attacked her, leaving her blind and disfigured. But now, 2 years later, she's moving on. Chris Brown had a chance to sit down with her for an interview. He joins me now. So what were your impressions, Chris?
This is an incredible story, I think, Sarah, of triumph over adversity. We all remember those pictures of Romana. She had gone back to Bangladesh after studying here at UBC. She had told her husband that she wanted to pursue a further academic career, and they had a huge fight. He gouged her eyes out with his fingers, bit the end of her nose off, truly horrific, disfiguring injuries. And she was rushed back to Canada. Doctors told her there was nothing they could do about her sight. It was too late to save her eyes, and her whole life, her academic career was in limbo. But since then, her friends have all gotten together, the university, they've rallied, they raised over $100,000 for her and her daughter to help them through the last 2 years. Her friends, some of them read out her textbooks out loud, others took notes and transcribed for her master's thesis, and a week and a half ago, she finished it, she gave her presentation, and she passed. An incredible story. Here's part of what she told me today in our interview.
I know that I need to learn so many skills and so to reach that level, but I took it as a challenge, and I will reach that level anyhow. So I faced several challenges, but I never, at that point when I became blind, I never realized that I could finish my master's degree.
It's amazing, remarkable to have seen those pictures, the horrific pictures as you described from just after that attack, to see her now recovered, and to hear about how that community rallied around her, because I remember it was a horrific story, but it's remarkable that that rally even began, and to see how they continued. What's next?
Well, there's apparently lots next. Romana told me that she has been accepted into UBC's law school program. That's incredible in and of itself. So she's going to have to learn even more skills to get herself through that. And she said what really stuck with her and why she's doing this is because she felt there was a real blame the victim mentality when she was back in Bangladesh, that so many people she came in touch with seemed to favor her husband and even believed his made-up stories that somehow she was an adulterer and deserved this kind of thing. So that's why she's going to law school, to become an advocate for women. And her message today, out of all the interviews she did, was that she wanted to say thank you to UBC, thank you to Canadians, and thank you to her friends who've made this possible.
Well, thank you for following this. It's interesting to see how it's developed.
A nice story.
Thanks, Chris. The U.S. says it's reviewing how much aid it provides to Egypt in the wake of last week's coup.